Spill coffee on yourself? Hey, at least it wasn't on the ground.
In the heart of Tokyo, Japan, right down the street from the Tokyo Tower, is a place called
teamLab's Borderless.
Now, teamLab's Borderless is, as it sounds, borderless. It is a little hard to explain.
In short, it is an art installation.
Yeah.
And it is by the company teamLabs, which is well known on social media for being these huge, larger-than-life, projection-based, technologically advanced art installations. And Borderless is no different.
Yes.
teamLabs was founded in 1998 by Toshioki Inoko and Shunsuke Aoki while they were studying in the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Tokyo, along with 3 of their friends with engineering backgrounds. The group was incorporated when Inoki graduated from university in March of 2021. Since that time, that company has done lots of things, from app development and external displays on buildings and advertisements, all the way to these art installations. Now, these have speckled all over the world, but they're most well known for their exhibitions in Tokyo.
They have 2 in Tokyo right now, teamLabs Planets and teamLabs Borderless, and this is their newest installation, Borderless. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
It even smells like flowers.
One of the fascinating parts about this experience is that there really isn't a map. So you are kind of just wandering through this exhibit, and it's pretty overwhelming. When we first walked in, I was a little underwhelmed, like obviously overstimulated, but it was just projections on walls, and I was kind of like, okay, is this what this whole thing is going to be?
It's changing. Yeah. What's called? Apparently things move through the area and they like change. So like some of the artwork will start here, but then it'll move to another area and the other artwork will come here. So it's like constantly evolving. Oh! Oh look, sunflowers!
Also, we don't know it yet, but those butterflies right there, if you touch them, they will fly away from you. It's like interactive. These halls of projection led us into different types of rooms, both with smaller ceilings or more unique structures within them that the projections would be shot on and interactive with. Honestly, at this part, I was just filming everything because I was pretty overwhelmed by it all. Here's where Luke discovered that the butterflies fall down if you touch them.
The butterflies are coming for you. Here they come.
Coming for me?
They're swarming you, Laura. They're swarming you.
Due to the ever-changing nature of this mapless experience and the amount of mirrors everywhere, you kind of lose track of where you've been and where you're going. So it is a very open concept feel to the whole experience. Very discovery-based.
It's weird because you do lose track of where you are in a way that you're like building a map in your mind, but then because the rooms are changing, you start losing track of where you've been.
Yeah, when we were leaving, we were trying to find our way back out, and we were like, I don't know where we are.
This is the most overstimulating sense of peace I've ever felt. I just love the ground. Like this girl over here sitting in the circle. It's like so cute. Not like anything, I just think it looks cool. But I think the current's going away. It seems to be fading as the flowers die. I'm chasing. How rude of it. Dancing stupid.
Dancing.
Oh, it's just a little break dancing. A little break dancing.
Throughout the exhibit, there are special rooms that you have to kind of stumble upon, and each one has a different theme or a different art style to it. A lot of it is, again, just shapes or forms that are being projected on. Some of them are more interactive than others. One of my favorites, this is Paul talking, my favorites was this, what I call the rain room. It had a little mountain on one side, and depending on what was being projected at that time, it would then kind of have these like figurative rain falling and swirling on the ground. And what was cool is if you stood near a wall, it would kind of go around you. It would just kind of like splash on your head and go around you. Or if you were standing in one place long enough, it would swirl around your feet, which I didn't notice right away. And so when I did notice it, it was a very special surprise.
So not only are there visual elements that are like interacting with you, there's also fragrances. So like every room we've gone into, when the artwork changes, so does the fragrance. So we've just been in here and it smells like water, and now these flowers are coming.
That was so
That is so cool. Look behind us too.
So as the water changes to flowers right now, we're starting to smell a little bit different fragrance as well. There's from like that very aqua smell. Now it's going to florals. You smell that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow. It's attacking all my senses, and I love it. The camera really doesn't do this any justice. It's so cool.
It does. It helps a little bit with certain, but it's almost like you just have to be in a lucky moment where the light and whatever works in your favor, because then it's gonna move. It's gonna change very shortly, but even then, it just doesn't quite. Like this whole room is so cool. It's just like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
It feels like as you're watching that you have to be watching everywhere all at once so that you don't miss a magical little moment that only happens once in a lifetime. That's probably not true, but it's how it feels.
We spent a very long time in this room. Oh my gosh, look at the animals. Whoa. An elephant.
You going straight?
Is this straight?
Yeah. This room is one of the most popular and iconic rooms at both teamLab's Planets and teamLab's Borderless. It's at both their locations, and it's basically a bunch of LED lights strung from the ceiling, and there's just random walkways throughout it. This one's unique because in the corner, there's actually a little box where you can set different color patterns and different shows, I guess, or music that will set off to the rest of the area, which is really, really fun. Also, all of the walls are mirrors, including the floor, which makes this a very overstimulating and unique room to get lost in. I will say it's one of my favorites to take photos in because there's so much opportunity for your creativity. And it was a really, really good time to go around. You are not allowed to touch the lights, though, which is why they all look so still. People do bump into them.
Yeah.
You can't
They
walk
do
along
drift. I
them.
mean, they're just hung, so it's just like, yeah, it is hard not to touch them.
You're
but
really not allowed, though, to go, like, through
No,
them
no,
like
no,
a
no.
curtain.
There's pathways for
Yeah.
you to follow.
Yeah.
The animations are absolutely stunning.
I like when they do the thunderstorm. It goes like
I like the one where it's like fire or like a woof. It's really
a wave.
Cool. Yeah.
I like that waves. It was really, really fun.
Another one of these cool rooms was what we like to call the inside out room, because they're basically these little tracks with LED balls driving around on them. It was really overwhelming, but because of all the mirrors and stuff, but it did look like the memories from Inside Out.
Except all one color.
Yeah,
they would change. Yeah. It was very cool.
Okay, this is my favorite room. I have a lot of favorite rooms, okay, but this is one of my favorites. It is basically like a big shell, like you're in a tube, and you can't walk into it too far. You kind of have to stay in the middle where you can see in the front, but then it kind of shoots around and moves, and you feel like it's like a roller coaster, but you're not moving anywhere. So like your equilibrium's kind of off. I absolutely loved it. It made me a little bit like weak in the knees because I just felt like the rush of a roller coaster without actually being on a roller coaster.
We did come back and try to experience this again, but because it's ever changing, we never saw this specific animation again. And this was definitely the most equilibrium breaking that we experienced the whole time. The rest of the time, it was actually pretty chill. So I just think we got lucky and saw this at the right time because it was crazy.
It was my favorite. I have severe vertigo currently, but I love it. That was so trippy, but I loved it. Look in here, Mariah. Is that there?
No, it says exit this way.
Aww, the fish room. So in this room, you have artwork from people here today that drew it.
Good cat.
So it's good cat. But right here in this little cafe, you get to draw and they'll animate it for you. I love an interactive art moment. Not to over-explain what happened here, basically, they just had us draw pictures, scanned them in, and they put them on the wall. But as grown adults, as grown children, we just could not get enough of this experience.
And anime facial expressions that go sometimes are like this, like where it's like I pick one and I'm like.
I do believe this was my favorite room.
Luke had a favorite room.
Loved this room.
Oh my!
Because it was different. Everything else had been like up to this point had been projections, and so I think I was just like a little overstimulated and like ready for something new.
Mariah says, I love it. I think they're fun. They're all different vibes.
It is the most thing that I think I've ever seen.
This is so fun. Uncharacteristically, characteristically always the best. No, I think yours is the best. Stop. Okay. Look at I love yours.
Your mouth. That's easy. Flaws. All right. Once Mariah's done, we're gonna go drop them, and then they're gonna drop into the real world over here.
Alrighty. I got my drawing. We're gonna turn it in.
This is the first thing we really got to experience. It was very, very tactile, and we were not only just hitting things on the wall and making them fall down, but instead we were actually getting to participate in the art that was happening, and that was a really like fun experience.
Oh,
So much cooler on here, I will say.
yeah, yours does look. Oh, it's down here. Look at mine.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, and it got a little smushed, but it looks like it's winking. Mine looks like it's winking. I don't know how that works, but it's kind of derpy. Look at that! I'm obsessed. Wait, let me look. Where are you at? It winks. Oh my gosh, Luke, it looks so steamed. Oh, Luke, that is so cool. Wait, this is Mariah's?
That's mine.
Mariah, that's so cool.
3D, that looks amazing. That looks amazing.
That looks, Mariah, that looks so cool.
That's due to the technology.
I know, look. Oh, looks right next to each other.
Now, once your art goes on the wall and you watch it for a little bit, like there's not a whole lot of excitement to stick around in the room other than to see new people's art.
Mariah's ended up being one of the coolest ones that was there, and she just like didn't even know what it was when she picked up the paper.
But again, like her rendering was like it was like a 3D mapped one, whereas ours were 2D, like papers floating.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
Like
that
in
was
the
cool,
air.
though.
All of it was so fun though. It was so cool.
One thing I really appreciate about teamLabs is that they are aware that you are overstimulated in these environments, and they have less stimulating environments that you can go to, like this room here where it was just like a square box with mirrored surfaces, and you were able to just enjoy this nice, pretty tranquil environment. Also, their bathrooms have little lobbies out front of the bathrooms that are completely like just carpeted walls. There's a little bit of noise you can hear from like a spillover, but it's for the most part pretty quiet. So if you are feeling overstimulated, there are places to escape to.
A little tea shop. Yeah, we're getting a little tea. I really wanted some coffee, but they don't have coffee. But they do have some green tea lattes. It's a tea house.
Luke, tell me about this. Tell me about this.
Despite my distaste in, I guess, tea, this is one of my favorite rooms. It was very interactive. Again, physical media interacting with the digital projections was my favorite part. So this cafe, you would serve whatever you got.
It was tea and matcha ice cream.
Yeah. So they recommend you get a pairing of the two, and we did that. And the animations actually interact with what you get and what you, I guess, order.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what it is.
Yeah, so because when they put it on the table in front of you, projections from above realize where that thing is, and then animations start on it until you're done. Once you're done with your food, the animation just kind of goes away. It just kind of like
It withers.
escapes. Yeah.
It withers and flies away.
Yeah, I think some of the petals fly away at one point when you're done. But this was probably one of the coolest interactive experiences that they have there.
From what we understand, there's actually a ramen shop that is similar to this, but maybe not even connected to teamLabs, that's over by Planets. And that would be a really cool experience to go to if we ever go back to Japan, when we go back to Japan.
After our incredible tea time, we decided to head back toward the entrance to try to actually exit. We did get lost a few times and found our way into some new rooms on our way out that we hadn't seen yet.
I just did this, and everything started breaking apart.
This is the Chinese Zoe.
And this That is so cool.
What a cool thing. I think it's the Chinese zodiac, but it's hidden. You have to uncover it.
This room was particularly weird because it was like lily pads that things were projected on. But then we went to another room and we were on top of the lily pads where like they would interact with you when you would like bump into them, or the grass on the ground would like blow in the wind as you walked past.
On the floor, it'll like move with you.
Oh yeah, on the floor. There is generally one room in these teamLabs experiences that you have to wait in line for, and they only let a few people in at a time, and then when your time's up, they have you exit so that it's not overcrowded. And here it was this globe room, which is everyone's favorite photo spot.
It was insane.
It was actually really cool. And they kept changing colors, which was actually so much fun to photograph in, so I understand why people really love to take photos in here.
The white with the blue that was just going on is beautiful.
Crystal ball.
This room was at the end of our time there, and I think we were getting to the point where we were like, there's nothing new under the sun, except there is always something new under the sun in this place. And we were walking through Steam or something, and there was these projections on the Steam. It was very ritualistic, kind of, and I think we were all just tired at this point, and so maybe it was less impressive because we'd been so impressed by everything else. But now looking back at the footage, I think it's really cool.
It looks really cool. I do remember being like so tired. I mean, we'd been there for a couple hours, and we were like, you're in dark rooms all the time, so you're kind of just like getting sluggish.
And then we had tea and ice cream, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm ready for a nap.
I'm ready for a sleepy time.
As an art installation, I think that teamLab's, either one, Planets or Borderless, is a must-see if you're in Tokyo. Now, I will warn against this because we did this, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. Borderless is mapless. I love building maps in my head, so I was trying to find every single room that was available to me, and it took us about 4.5 hours. That being said, they recommend 2 hours. So I would not recommend staying in there for 4.5 hours unless you're really feeling it. Because I think that in the end, we left exhausted and overstimulated. And that's not the intention.
Most of the big rooms you won't miss. So the smaller rooms that you will stumble upon are bonuses. That's like the exciting part of the whole experience. Things I would tell you not to miss: the cafe in the back, the art room, and the waterfall room, or the lights. The hanging lights are pretty cool too. But all of those are pretty big experiences and pretty well pointed out experiences.
Those would be hard to miss, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah. So I think everything else would just be a bonus, and just try to spend 2 hours because I feel like it was too long.
Yeah, I think we did too much. But that being said, I really enjoyed our time there. We got some great photos and some incredible footage. So we wanted to make this video and show you our experience. We'd love to hear if you've been to teamLab's Borderless and what you thought of the experience.
Or if you haven't been, what would you want to do in Tokyo that maybe we could do next time we're there? You know?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us on the adventure of a lifetime.
We'll see you in another video real soon. Don't get lost in the sauce.
Don't die.
Okay, bye. A special thank you to Peter, Joseph, Tim, Enzo, and the rest of the patrons over on Patreon for making this video possible. We couldn't do it without you. If you want to join our Patreon, go over to patreon.com/twinsauce or check the link below.